I decided to build my dream dining table completely from scratch, like some sort of medieval peasant, because it turns out your bank balance isn't just a suggestion. And my husband seems to think 1.2k for a dining table is unreasonable. So apparently a lot of you thought my table base was the finished table. I love that you think I put myself through this much DIY trauma just to eat dinner off what looks like a sacrificial altar. So assuming I don't majorly fuck something up, this is what my table will look like when assembled. It was also the moment I realised everything I did in my last video was pretty much a waste of time, because it turns out my genius idea to hide how I joined my tabletop and base has been absolutely obliterated by depth perception, because unless you're 3 foot tall, a trained detective, or actively licking my floor, you're never going to see my homemade mountain plate. Moral of the story, sometimes the bare minimum is all you need, which is lucky because that's my general approach to life, relationships, and any form of exercise. On the bright side, at least today's job's got a whole lot easier. So like any self-respecting DIY expert, I planned to clamp my tabletops together while the glue dried, but in a stunning display of my natural intelligence, I did it on the floor, where clamps are about as useful as thoughts and prayers during a crisis. So instead of being a responsible adult, I've ditched the clamps and gone with the only rational solution, which in this case was sitting on it like an overgrown toddler and screwing the whole thing together. And finally, we're using the DIY equivalent of gaslighting, also known as wood filler, to pretend this tabletop is being held together by nothing but magic and a whole lot of desperation, because not knowing if something is structurally sound is half the fun. So don't forget to like and follow for more.